I'm Jade. And let me be honest, life isn't exactly a stroll in the park when you're trying to juggle two jobs just to keep your head above water. I'm 25, living smack in the middle of this endless concrete jungle they call a city. And my most prized possession is this beat-up, rusty old Toyota that's probably older than I am. It groans and rattles like it has its own personality, but it gets me from point A to point B, and in a city like this, that's all that really matters. Jade honey, can you pass the potato salad? My mom's voice cut through my thoughts. She's the real MVP in my life, the one who raised me on her own after my father decided that fatherhood wasn't his thing. A deadbeat who bailed as soon as diapers and homework became involved. Mom's been my rock, my compass. And the person who keeps me sane through the chaos of family get-togethers like this one. You know the kind of family. BBQ, I'm talking about the kind where everyone pretends they like each other, while secretly wishing they didn't have to stand so close in the sweltering summer heat. And of course, there's Uncle Frank, swaggering around like he owns the place. Chest puffed out, grin way too wide, smelling faintly of expensive cologne and entitlement. Well, if it isn't my favorite niece. He boomed across the yard and I rolled my eyes so hard I think I saw my brain trying to escape. Hey, Uncle Frank, how's business? I asked, though honestly, I didn't care. Booming, as always. You could learn a thing or two about success from me.
He said, chest puffed even further. Yeah.
Success in being a pompous jerk, maybe, I muttered under my breath. Then there's my cousin Brittany, Frank's pride and joy, waving her sparkly engagement ring like it's the Hope Diamond itself. Jade! Did you see my ring? Direct proposal in Paris. It was so romantic. She squealed. That's great, Britt. I'm really happy for you, I said, smiling. But inside I was counting down the minutes until I could escape. Of course, Uncle Frank wasn't about to let me slip away. He cornered me near the grill, a smug grin on his face, hands on his hips like he was the king of the world. Jade, my girl, we need to talk about Brittany's wedding, he said. I felt a headache forming instantly. What about it? I asked cautiously. It's going to be the event of the season. 5-star resort, the works, he said, eyes gleaming. But these things don't come cheap, you know? Yeah. Right, I muttered, searching desperately for an exit. We're expecting everyone to chip in family duty and all that, he continued. I almost choked. Chip in? Uncle Frank, I'm barely making rent. Details. I've got it all figured out. That old car of yours? Sell it. Contribute to Brittany's special day, he said casually. Like I was supposed to be thrilled. For a second, I thought I was having a stroke. Sell my car. Are you out of your mind? I need it for work. Not now, don't be selfish. After all we've done for you. He trailed off. All you've done. Uncle Frank, you've never done jack for me or Mom. I snapped. His face turned a lovely shade of purple. Listen here, young lady. This family always looks out for each other. Time to pull your weight. Sell the car. Contribute to the wedding. It's not a request. After that disaster of a BBQ, I knew something was off about Uncle Frank's so-called success. It smelled fishier than week-old sushi, and I was determined to find out what. First stop, Aunt Mildred, Dad's sister. She's always had loose lips, especially after a few gin and tonics. Oh, honey, you wouldn't believe the stories I could tell you about Frank, she slurred over the phone. Remember that big promotion he got back in '08? Let's just say his boss's wife was very appreciative of Frank's overtime work, if you catch my drift. Bingo! My first lead. I spent days glued to my laptop, digging through public records, old news articles, and social media. Then jackpot. A string of fraud complaints filed against Uncle Frank's company. It was worse than I imagined. Time to call in the cavalry. I hit up my best friend Marcus. Yo, what's up? He answered, probably buried in some coding project. I need your tech wizardry. How'd you like to help me take down a major douchebag? Girl, you had me at takedown. What's the plan? We met at our favorite dive bar, the Rusty Nail, and over rounds of cheap beer, I laid it all out. Marcus's eyes widened. Holy crap, Jade. Your uncle's not just a jerk, he's a full-blown criminal. We gotta nail this guy to the wall. That's where you come in. I need access to his computer, his phone, everything. Can you do it? Marcus cracked his knuckles. Can I do it? Does a bear swim in the river? Give me 48 hours and I'll have more dirt on Frank than a pig in a mud pit. Meanwhile, the wedding drama was turning into a full-blown soap opera. My phone buzzed with a text from Mom. Jade, honey, can you come over? I need to talk to you about something I found. I arrived to find Mom at the kitchen table, surrounded by brochures and a calculator, looking like she'd aged 10 years overnight. What's up, Mom? You look stressed. It's this wedding, honey. Brittany's asking everyone to pay for their own flights and hotel rooms. I don't know how I'm going to afford it, she said, voice trembling. My blood boiled. Mom, you can't be serious. That's ridiculous. I know, but it's family. Frank says it's the least we can do for Brittany's special day, she said quietly. I bit my tongue to keep from exploding. Mom, listen to me, you don't owe them anything. If they can't afford a fancy wedding, that's their problem, not ours. Just then, my phone buzzed again. It was Marcus. Jade, you're not going to believe what I found. I kissed Mom on the cheek and bolted. I've got to run, but promise me you won't do anything crazy like take out a loan for this wedding. She nodded. But the worry in her eyes only fueled my determination. At Marcus's place. He pulled up a series of documents on his computer.
Eyes shining. Check this out, he said.
Your uncle's been cooking the books for years. Embezzlement, fraud, you name it. But that's not even the worst part. He clicked to another screen, and my stomach dropped. He's been scamming elderly people, promising crazy returns on fake investments, draining their life savings. I felt sick. We've got him, I whispered. Marcus grinned. Oh, we're just getting started. Hidden cameras in his office, some social engineering tricks, and we can get access to his entire digital life. As we plotted, my phone buzzed again. This time it was Brittany. Jade, darling. I have the most fabulous idea. How about you be one of my bridesmaids? Of course, you'll need to buy the dress, only $500. You'll look divine. I muted the call, resisting the urge to throw my phone across the room. Marcus, we need to move fast. These people are out of control. Don't worry, Jade, he said, face serious. By the time we're done, Uncle Frank's going to wish he never messed with you or your family. Looking at the pile of evidence on Marcus's screen, I felt a mix of anger and satisfaction. Uncle Frank thought he was untouchable, but he had no idea what was coming. A storm was brewing, and I was about to rain all over his parade. Fast forward to the night of Brittany's engagement party. I was dolled up, looking like I'd stepped straight out of a magazine. But beneath my designer dress, I was strapped with enough tech to make James Bond jealous. I rolled up to the swanky hotel crystal chandeliers, champagne fountains, the works. Uncle Frank really pulled out all the stops. Jade, darling. You made it. Brittany squealed, air kissing my cheeks. And you're wearing the bridesmaid dress. I knew you'd come around. I forced a smile. Wouldn't miss it for the world. My phone buzzed, everything set. All systems go. Operation Karma is a go. I made my way to the sound system casually, pretending to check things out. That's when Uncle Frank grabbed the mic. Friends, family, esteemed colleagues, we're here to celebrate love, but also family. Family is everything. I snorted quietly. Family's everything. When you're bleeding them dry, apparently. As he droned on, I slipped the USB into the sound system. Showtime. Suddenly, Frank's voice boomed, but not his speech. These old folks are like ATMs. Flash a fake prospectus, promise them the moon, and bam, they're forking over their life savings. The room went dead silent. Another clip played. Who cares if the company goes under? By the time anyone figures it out, I'll be sipping margaritas in a country with no extradition treaty. Frank's face turned ghostly white. He lunged for the sound system, but I was quicker. What's wrong, Uncle Frank? Don't like hearing yourself? Just then, the doors burst open and in walked two cops, Francis Reeves. You're under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, and financial exploitation of the elderly. It's been a wild ride since Uncle Frank's public downfall at the engagement party. The family's been turned upside down, but honestly, it needed a shakeup. I'm at Mom's place, helping her sort through some bills, when Aunt Karen barges in. Dramatic flair at full display. Did you hear? They seized everything Frank's accounts, the house, even Brittany's wedding fund. Mom looks shocked. Everything? But what about Brittany's wedding? I can't help but snort. Pretty sure B's off the table unless she's cool with a beach made of concrete and barbed wire. Aunt Karen glares at me. This is all your fault, Jade. You've ruined everything. My fault? Uncle Frank's the one who decided to play Bernie Madoff with other people's money. I just exposed the truth. Mom steps in, surprising me. Karen, that's enough. Frank did this to himself. And to all of us. Just then my phone buzzes. It's Marcus. Jade, you're not going to believe this. Frank's company is offering a reward for whistleblowers. You're looking at a fat chunk of change girl asterisk. I'm floored. For real. How much we talking? Enough to make a serious dent in your student loans, and then some. After I hang up, I break the news to Mom and Aunt. Karen Mom's eyes go wide. Oh honey, that's wonderful, you deserve it after everything. Aunt Karen looks like she's sucking on a lemon well. I hope you are planning to share that money with family after all. We're all victims. Sure, I laugh. You know what, you're right, I'm going to share it. Mom, how about we pay off your mortgage? And I know Uncle Pete's been struggling since his layoff, Mabe. We can help him out too. Aunt Karen's jaw drops. But what about Brittany? And me sorry, Karen Karma's abastus asterisk. Isn't it weeks pass and things start to settle into a new normal? I'm driving to my new job, turns out exposing corporate fraud looks pretty good on a rhyme. Later that night, I get a text from Brittany *K, cuz got a sec to talk *curious eye. Call her back, Jade. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything. I had no idea what Dad was doing and I was awful to you. And Aunt Lisa, I'm silent for amendment processing. Thanks, Britt, that means a lot. I'm working as a waitress now. She continues living in this tiny studio. It's not what I'm used to welcome me to the real world, cuz it ain't always spready, but it's honest. There's a pause and then she asks, do you think maybe we could get coffee sometime, start over? I think about it, part of me wants to tell her to kick rocks, but yeah. Britt, I think we can do that. As I hang up, I can't help but smile. Life's funny sometimes. UK, you know how things are going to go and then bam, everything changes, the story is over. But let's talk if you were in Jade's shoes. Would ya have exposed Uncle Frank's crime mess knowing it could tear your family apart, or would you have kept quiet? To maintain family peace, drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're dying to hear what asterisk you asterisk would do in this situation. If you enjoyed this wild ride, smash that like button and subscribe.